Carson, sorry, we're about to do the warm-up. I do have your test. I don't have your assessment yet, Carson. I'll put it in right now. Did I ever say that in class before? A simplified ratio? Did I ever say that in class? Okay, ready? The sine of A. So the sine of A is going to be opposite, because SOHCAHTOA, remember? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So here's our hypotenuse. It's always across from the right angle. And then you can do a couple of things. You can go ahead and cross out those 3's, and you have 1 over root 10. So when you rationalize the denominator, I'm going to come way over here, you're going to get square root 10 over 10. And the next thing, cosine of A, adjacent over hypotenuse. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. So we've got 3 over root 10, and then we rationalize the denominator. And we get 3 root 10 over 10. Nice and ugly. Okay. And then, Taha, I gave you the easiest one. The tangent of B. It's the easiest one. Tangent of B, let's see. Oh, that rhymes. Tangent of B, let's see. Here's B. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So compared to B, 9 is opposite, and compared to B, 3 is adjacent. That is not a simplified ratio. You can put 3, or if you really want to put it as a ratio, you can put 3 over 1. But the simplified version is 3. Are we okay with this ugly warm-up? You did good. Yeah, mess up the easy things and get the hard things perfectly correct. Okay, let's check our homework. Yeah, of course we can check our homework. I'm so glad you were so excited to check it, Kwan. Trig practice. It happens, Taha. And then you can let me know if you want me to do more of them. Okay, starting with number 25. We've got this triangle. This is 6. This is x. This is 48. And this is a right angle. The first thing we deduce from this picture, this is number 25, is that, hey, that's an isosceles triangle. So cool things happen when we draw an altitude of an isosceles triangle. One of those things is the altitude also becomes a median. There we go. So we know when we find one of those segments with the double tick mark, we've found both of them. So we'll just double it to find our answer. Now there's 2 triangles, 2 right triangles, and we only need one of them. So let's pick the one right triangle where we have enough information to use trig. That would be this triangle right here. I'm going to call this y, and we've got opposite over adjacent. So tan 48 equals opposite over adjacent. Where's the variable? It's in the denominator. Denominator divide. 6 divided by tan 48. And then you simply double your answer. Okay? What else do y'all want me to do? Times 2, so 10.8. 10.80. You didn't double it. There you go. What else can I do? Now's your chance to ask. Any other problems? Okay, I have some slides to go through before we take our quiz. So here's one of them. Anna, or if you want to kind of go off of Frozen, Anna, solved the following problem. Her work is shown on the right. What score would you give her if the problem is worth 3 points? So you get to be the teacher for 5 minutes. Check her work. The right angle, I don't know why it floated away from the triangle, but it's already grouped. So, oh, there we go. That was bugging me. So in the poll, go ahead and tell me how many points you would give her. 0 through 3 points. Yeji's answered. Albert's got 1. Yeji's got 0. Jenny's got 1. 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. So I can see who my tough graders are and who my nice graders are. Austin, you can't give them 20. Okay, so yes, she did show work. Yeah, but so this one we've got adjacent and we've got hypotenuse. So we would choose cosine, but she chose sine. So she messed up in the very first step. So that makes her answer completely wrong. Now, x was in the numerator and she did multiply, so that was good. So you might give maybe 1 point for that, but she didn't even get the first step right. So I would probably give 0. Okay, next problem. Griffin, his work is shown. What score would you give him? I'm going to start the poll again. Here we go, sorry. Someone typed the answer in the question, but that's fine. Austin doesn't have a heart. You typed 3. Okay, no more silly answers. 0 through 3. This is a learning exercise. Y'all are all too nice. Griffin did something wrong. What did you do wrong? There you go, Yeji. Guys, you're going to have to round on your quiz today, and I'm expecting you to be able to round correctly. Because Google Form does not know if you're 1 decimal place off. It just knows if you got the right answer. So when you do 28 times cosine 19, you get 26.47452. It said to round to the nearest tenth, so that would be 26.5. It would not be 26.4 because the 7 would tell the 4 to bump up to a 5. So you should have probably only given 2 points. We've got to round correctly today on our quiz. All right, let's skip that one. Let's do this. Let's talk about this one. Solve for x. We'll go over it right before the quiz, Jenny. We'll go over rounding rules again just to make sure. So solve for x. Do it. What does your calculator say? Error, error. Why? Why doesn't your calculator know how to do this one? Why? Okay, I get it. There was an error. No. I want someone to give me a good answer why the calculator is giving you an error message. There's a really great reason. No. Carson did teamwork and they got it right. So the sine ratio is opposite over hypotenuse. Well, wait a minute. We learned a long time ago that the hypotenuse is always the longest side of the triangle. So how can the opposite be 34 and the hypotenuse be 13? That would not make a right triangle. That would not make a right triangle. So therefore you can't do trig because trig doesn't work on a non-right triangle. So that's why that doesn't work. That's why you're getting an error. Good. Next one, you may not use any calculating device. You may not use any calculating device. Solve the following. You may not use a calculating device at all. No, it's not a trick question. It's not. You can solve it. that's a right triangle and that angle's 30, this angle's 60. Wait a minute, 30, 60, 90, we know rules for that. The rule is x root 3, 2x. Instead of putting x's, I'm going to put numbers because y'all seem to work better with those sometimes. So what is the sine of 30? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So the sine of 30 is 1/2. You didn't even need a calculator. You just did trig without a calculator. Yay, ta! Yep, very good. Okay, do the next one. Do tan of 60. What's the tan of 60? You think, oh, I doubt it. Did he really? It's just cool that you can do some trig without a calculator. It's cool. All right, the tan of 60 is just square root 3 because it's square root 3 over 1. It's just square root 3. Sorry, you don't like the guy in that front. Okay, what's the cosine of 45? 1 root 2. Adjacent over hypotenuse, and that would be square root 2 over 2. Fun! We just did trig without a calculator. Woohoo! Okay, we are going to do a couple more practice problems, and then I'm going to unleash you and let you take your quiz. Solve for x. Actually, this is going to be the last one we're going to do. So, yeah, it's not a, well, yeah, we don't know if it's a right triangle, but we don't think it's a right triangle. So, there you go, Quan. You need to make lemonade out of lemons. You need to draw yourself an altitude so that you can get yourself a right triangle. There we go. What's this angle right here? Uh-oh, we don't know that angle. So do we have enough information to solve this? Well, let's start working. We can get this for sure right here. So we're going to do, here's 20 degrees. 60 is now across from the right angle, so 60 is our hypotenuse. So we've got adjacent and hypotenuse. Cosine of 20 equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Numerator, so multiply 60 times cosine 20. 60 times cosine 20. So now we've got part of our longest side. We've got part of it. 56.38. Right here. Now, it's not isosceles. That's definitely not an angle bisector, and it's not a median. Can we find this value now? We can find that value. Let's use trig. There is enough information. Okay, so let's use trig. So we've got, now I'm going to call this z. So we've still got the hypotenuse, and z is opposite. So sine 20 equals opposite over hypotenuse. 60 times sine 20. 60 times sine 20. And you get 20.5. And I really don't like when we round as we go. Who has an idea now? Its initials are PT. George, I don't know the answer yet. I'm solving it as you are. So we'll see if you're right. What do we do now? Its initials are PT. Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to use Pythagorean theorem with this triangle right here. That's a right triangle. We know 2 of the 3 sides, so we can do Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so you're doing 85 squared minus 20.5212 squared. Take the square root, and we get 82.48. Oops, I still have my highlighter out. 82.485. Okay, anyways, now we just add them together. We add plus 56.38, and our final answer, yep, 138 point, you can do 87, let's say that. George got it!